Hi, welcome back to Manohar Academy. In this lesson, we are going to learn about packages. So, we are going to see what is package, how do we include the classes that we are going to define inside a package, and what are the available packages in Java Standard Edition. Also, we are going to see how to import classes from other packages. So, we are going to see generic import as well as importing a single class, how to import static fields, static methods, also how to do a generic static import. So by the end of this lesson, you will be able to do all these things. Okay, before that, let's try to understand what is the need for packages. Okay, in software, we are going to write thousands of classes, thousands and thousands of classes, and these classes will be developed by different developers. Also, they will be developing these things under different modules. So in a big application, there will be many modules, and different programmers and many programmers will be working on each module. So they all need to come up with unique names because the class names should be unique. Otherwise, there are going to be name clashes, and when they are trying to integrate at the end of the development, they won't be able to integrate, because let's say you have created a table called transaction and another developer also created a table called transaction. So when you are integrating your code, there will be ambiguity. We don't know which class we should use. So also there should be a way to organize all these huge number of classes into different modules. So the names across modules should not clash. Also the names inside module or the classes inside a particular module should be working together, but they need not work very closely with the classes in another module, but they should be working very closely within a module. Not only the programs or the classes that we create, also in many cases we will be using third-party software or third-party developed code, and they will be having classes, and our class names should not collide with their class names. There should not be any conflict overall. How do we achieve that? Also, when I am writing code, okay, I am writing 10 classes, I may want to show to others only 5 of those classes. All remaining 5 other classes, they are internal or they are not for use by others. Only I know how they work. Only the other 5 classes knows how they should be used. So only 5 classes are public. They are available for public, but remaining 5 classes out of 10, they are not available for public. So I should be able to hide them. So to address all these things, the packages are used. So whenever I am creating a class, I am going to include that class inside a package. So here the package is something like folder. I have my own folder and I am going to include my classes in my folder, and whatever classes you are creating, you keep in your own folder. So other developer, he will be keeping his classes in his own folder. So at the end we will bring all those folders together, and then we will integrate the code. So now the thing is, the class names may clash, but we need to make sure the folder names should not clash, because as long as it is in my folder and my folder is unique, my folder structure is unique, I don't need to worry. Now the clash is not at the class level, but complete folder plus class level. So here my date is called simple name for this class. So here you can see my date is the simple name for the class, but package name appended with class name, that is com.manoharacademy.corejava.module2.mydate, it is the fully qualified name of the class. So this particular fully qualified name it should be unique when I am integrating the code. Whenever there may be 1,000 classes that I am integrating, or there may be 1,000 classes in the software program, but this name should be unique. So how do I make sure the name is unique? So whenever I am developing packages, okay, so I'm going to start the package name with my domain name. My domain or my website address is manoharacademy.com. So I'm pretty sure no other person has this domain name. So I reverse that domain name, and then whatever module I am working on, I am going to keep that module name. Then I'm going to give the class name. So it is a fully qualified name and it should be unique. Simple name need not be unique, but the fully qualified name should be unique. Even now, if I incorporate third-party software or third-party classes, they won't clash because they won't be, their package name won't be starting with my domain name. So package names are something like family names. So we will come to discuss about packages in more detail later, but for now only we are discussing why we need packages, how we include our class inside a package. Also, other thing is, as I said, we will be creating the code under different modules. So here the module is not the thing, but the classes that work closely and provide similar functionality or the related functionality, they should be in the same package. For example, there may be 20 or 30 classes that are dealing with the date or time related functionality. They should be included in a package related to time. So that we are going to see in the next slide. So these are the available packages in Java. So all the common classes that we use, they will be included in java.lang package. So we were using string, so that is there in the java.lang. So actually string is a simple name, java.lang.string is the fully qualified name. So java.util, we were using math and scanner. So math class, it's not there in util, sorry. So java.util. Also in Java 8, functional program is introduced and we have many functional interfaces, and all those interfaces are available in java.util.function. So here you can see that it's a package, it is a different package, but they have something in common. We are going to discuss that as well. So all the time related packages like local date, day of month, day of week, month, year, and all those classes are available in java.time. Math related library is available in java.math, and IO related operations like input output relation operations are available. The classes that deal with those operations are available in IO and non-blocking IO, these two packages. So IO is the old one, NIO is the new one. So mostly we prefer using NIO. All security related classes, they are available in the security package. All the front-end GUI or front-end user interface classes are available in the Swing package. So here the X is there. So the packages can start with java dot or java x dot. Okay, coming to importing. So if I am working and I need classes from other packages, I need to import that class. Okay, so whenever I am using local date, I need to use this import statement. If I don't use this import statement, I have to write java.util.localDate every time. So if I import, I can refer this particular class by its simple name. Also in the previous lesson, we have seen that we have used local date, day of week, month, all these three classes from the same package. So either I can add 3 import statements or I can add a generic import statement. Here I am saying import from java.time package, but not one class, all the classes. So this is a generic import. This is individual imports, importing one class at a time and importing all the classes from a package. So now if I am using another class from this java.time package, I don't need to do anything because they are already available. Okay, so this is the code. Without import, I have to write java.time.localDate variable name equal to, again, I have to write java.time.localDate again because I can't refer it by simple name. I have to use the complete name every time I use that class. But with import, I don't need to do that anymore. I can simply write local date, day of week, month. So that is the advantage of importing. So whether you import or write this verbose code, there is no difference for the compiler. Also, whether you import individual classes or you import generic all the classes from the package, there is no difference for the compiler. It is for our usability, our usability and ease of development. Okay, now let's talk about static imports. Inside class, we know we can include static member fields and static member methods. So let's say we want to find the area of a circle, and here you can see the formula pi into radius, and the value of pi is available in the math class, and math class is available in java.lang package, and we never need to import java.lang package or in any class from that package. They are always available. Obviously Java language and all the common classes are available in the package, so compiler will take care to include that. So I have to write the expression like this: math.py to access the static field or static variable in the math class, math.pow or power to access the method, static method on the class, and I need to pass the arguments. So instead of that, if I don't want to use the class name, if I want to use the pi field directly and the power method directly, then I need to import those static members. So here we are talking about static fields, static methods. So we are not importing a class, okay, we are importing a static field inside a class or static method inside a class. So we import using the static keyword, import static, then static field, import static, static method. So then I don't need to refer to pi as math.py, I can simply refer to pi. I don't need to refer to this method using math.pow, I can simply use pow. So as we have seen in the previous lesson, instead of writing 3 import statements, I can simply use a generic import. So same is true for the static imports as well. Instead of writing this, I can write import static and java.lang.math.star. So every static field and every static method inside the math class will be available now. We don't need to refer them using math dot. Okay, that is all about theory. Let's go to NetBeans and see how these things work. Okay, in IDE, most of the time IDE will take care of importing all the classes. Okay, now let me print today's date. Before that, you can see that I have a class. The class name is not intuitive. So let me change it to learn packages and imports. Okay, this class is included in this particular package. So the simple name of the class is learn packages and imports, but the fully qualified name of this particular class is con.manoharacademy.corejava.classes.learn packages and imports. So that is the class name. Okay, so now I'm going to print today's date. So let me use local date, ld equal to local date dot now. Okay, so the moment I press enter, you are going to see a import statement here. So IDE is directly using that, creating that import statement. When we are working in IDE, we don't need to worry about that. Okay, so now if I don't want to import, so let's say we don't have this import statement. Now the compiler or this in this class, we don't know what is local date because we don't know where it is. So we have to write java.time.localDate every time. So it is very long, verbose, and it is very difficult to read. So because of that reason, we are going to import that particular class. Okay, now we don't need to refer to that using java.time anymore. Okay, so now I'm going to print it. Okay, everything went well, and we can see today is, what is that, June 2nd. Okay, June 2nd. Now let me print today's day of the week. Okay, so I need to use ld dot get day of week. So let me save it in a variable. So the variable type should be day of week. So now the moment I use this particular class, IDE has imported the class. Okay, so let me print that. Okay, we can see that, but the main point is the imports. So now let me print the month. Month equal to ld dot get month. Okay, again, so month is not available here. So we are getting a compilation error. If I import that by pressing Ctrl Shift I, IDE will import this particular class. So every time we create a class, it is going to import all those classes. The IDE will do that by default. So this is importing the classes one by one. So instead of that, I can do this particular one. So now also the program compiles and there is no issue. So whether we do a import of a single class or if we do a generic import, there is no difference. Okay, now let's write the other one. Double radius equal to 2.3. Now I want to find the area. So I need to use math.py times math.power. I need to provide two double values. One is radius, another is to the power 2. Okay, so now I can print the area of this particular circle with radius 2.3. Okay, so here you can see that we are using the static field and static method. So if I remove this one and if I press Alt Enter, the IDE will give me import statement. We did not give that, but let me import that. Import static java.lang.math.py. Okay, now the error should go away. Okay, it went away. So similarly, let me import the power method, the static method. Okay, I can't import normal methods. I can import only static methods. So I don't need to refer to the power method as static, math.pow. I can use it directly as pow. So here we are importing two different static fields from the same class. So obviously I can import the static fields and static methods from other classes if required, and if I want to use them. We are going to use many static methods going forward, not going forward in few lessons after few classes, but not now. So either I can do two separate imports or I can do a generic static import. So I can simply say all the static fields and static methods from the math class should be imported. So if I run this now, we are going to get the same output. So this is what we have learned. So to keep the names unique, the fully qualified names unique, we are going to include our classes in package. And if we don't include this package, then it will be in the default package. Okay, here there is something more to learn, but you don't need to include the package statement all the time. If you don't include that, it is going to be in the default package, but we never want to do that. Okay, if you are writing one or two classes, then keeping them in the default package makes sense. But if you are writing a big application, you can never do that. You have to include that inside a package. And if the package statement is there, and it will be there in most of your classes, unless you are writing one or two classes, as I said, it should be the first statement in the class. You can't include this package statement, let's say, after import statements. So now you are going to get a compilation error. See, so if you are going to keep it, it should be the first statement in the class, in the file. Okay, after that the imports will follow. Okay, you can't include this import after the class. Okay, if you're writing these imports, they should be the second thing in the class, not in the class, in the file. So first package declaration, then imports, then you can define your class. Okay, so that is how we include a class inside a package. That is how we are going to access the classes from other packages, so that we don't need to refer them by their fully qualified name all the time. So the moment we import, either it's a static import or non-static import, or it's a simple one class or a simple static method, or the generic import, meaning all the classes from a package or all the static things from a package, from a class, it doesn't matter. Once you import them, you can simply refer by their simple name. Okay, in the next lesson we are going to learn what we have to do in order to include this particular class in this particular package. Just including this package statement is not enough. IDE is doing many things in the background. Okay, we are going to see all those things in the next class. So what we have to do, if we are writing this particular statement here, that is the first thing we are going to learn. So also in the slide, if you remember, I said that I should be able to hide some classes and expose only the classes that I want to expose. So that we are going to see. That is the second thing we are going to see. Also, if we are importing classes that have the same name in different packages, what should we do? That is the third thing we are going to see. So maybe there may be a couple of other things that are related to packages that we are going to see in the next class. So stay tuned. Last but not least, if you did not subscribe already, please go ahead and subscribe. If you are benefited from this video, if you learned something from this video, make sure you like this video and you share it with your friends so that they can also watch, they can also learn. That's all from this lesson. See you in the next lesson. Thank you.